Oh, hey everybody. Comic Book Haulk here. Rawr! Welcome to my very first episode, and this is going to be another one of those comic book haul type shows that I'm sure you've all seen before. Uh, I myself got accustomed to watching everybody's what they pick up at antique stores, flea markets, or half-price books, wherever it may be. I like that, but I wanted to add a little more entertainment and zest to it. And this is going to be an ongoing YouTube show, and I wanted to introduce you to my background here. This is local artwork by a fabulous artist named Mike Madak. We got Iron Fist, Moon Knight, and Spider-Man here. And what I'm going to do for this very first episode, I'm going to start out with a small group of comics I picked up yesterday at Half Price Books. And then from there, I don't want to give it away, but I just picked up this phenomenal collection at a local yard sale. I'm still in disbelief, but we'll get into that. We'll get back into that later. All right, so let's start things off with the Half Price Books collection. The first find I found was this Millennium edition of Detective Comics. It's number 27. And I'm sure you all know this is the very first appearance of Batman. It's a reprint, but I can't tell you how happy I was to see this. It was the first thing I saw right when I walked in the door. And this thing's been going for $40, $50 on eBay. I got this for the very low price of $4, and it's in pretty good condition, as you can see. The corners and everything are pretty nice. There's a close-up of Batman there. Yeah, you see that? And yeah, it was a really nice find. I was happy with that purchase. Next one I got was this New Mutants number 16. That's the first appearance of Warpath. This one, it's not in too bad condition. It's got some spine ticks on the left-hand side there, but overall, for $2, I'm not complaining, and I like all the action on the cover as well. The next one we have, it's The Invaders, number 17. The reason I picked this up is another first appearance. It's the first appearance of the Warrior Woman, and also in pretty good shape for $2. You can't beat it. I actually found this below in their little folder they had called Featured Comics, which was a mix of all kinds of stuff. I think it's where Half Price Books puts their overstock when the comics start filling up. I'm really not sure, but thought it was a cool cover. I like all the swastikas. I don't like them, but it's kind of like a piece of history, so that's always nice to have on a comic book as well. And again, for $2, 30-cent comic is not bad. Next we have Batman the Dark Knight, number 8. And these I've been just picking up a few here and there. I like the White Rabbit character. I also like the artwork on this. So this was, I think this was $1.50. I figured why not. Next one we have, now this is one I've been really searching for, and I just love the way Batman is drawn on this cover. This is Detective Comics 783, and for those of you who aren't familiar with this one, this is the first appearance of Nissa Al Ghul. If you watch the Arrow show that I've been watching on Netflix, I believe it was originally on the CW, then you'll know Nissa is the daughter of Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul, however you want to say it. The actress who plays Nissa Al Ghul, Katrina Law, is just an awesome actress. I got the pleasure of meeting her at a comic expo a couple years back, and she's just really friendly, really talented. She was good in Spartacus as well. Yeah, she does a dynamite job, and just overall this cover I just was really impressed with that. And again, this was like a $3 find. So for a first appearance of any character, that's just amazing. All right, the last one I wanted to share with you that I picked up at Half Price Books yesterday was another Batman comic. It's Detective Comics 27. And what's unique about this cover is it's drawn by Frank Miller, who I'm a big fan of. Everybody out there in the comic book world knows who Frank Miller is. Wasn't sure if, you know, I'd find anything yesterday to add to my Frank Miller collection, but lo and behold, I found this for $6, and just love the artwork, and Batman's always been one of my favorite characters, so there you go. All right, so that's all for the Half Price Books collection now, and we're going to move on to the books that I found at this yard sale right down the street. It was actually near a trailer park, and go figure, we find MC Hammer. He was the very first one. Personality Comics presents MC Hammer. I had to pick this up because I always loved MC Hammer growing up in the 80s, early 90s. Can't Touch This, awesome song to dance to. So there you go, that's MC Hammer. I'll try to go through these fairly quickly. Next one, we got Captain America, the album issue. I've been trying to find this forever. By the way, I got this whole collection. It's probably about 15 to 20 books. Whole collection for $10. You can't beat this. This book alone is over $10 in this shape. Excuse me. In this shape, you can't get a better deal than that. And the colors are still vibrant. Got a little wear on the edges, but overall, it's an awesome deal. All right. Next one. Can you believe this? Also in this $10 bunch, first appearance of Hellcat, Avengers number 144. I couldn't believe it. I've been looking everywhere for this. Yeah, you know, Hellcat's becoming more of a up-and-coming hero as well, especially when Patsy Walker was featured in the Jessica Jones show recently on Netflix. I've always been a long-term Defenders fan as well. Hellcat's always been one of my favorites, so this is awesome. All right, the next one, again, a yard sale. All these number one, you know, or key issues. What's going on here? Anyway, the first appearance of Peter, or not first appearance, but this is Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man number 1. This cover is actually based on an amazing Spider-Man cover put out prior to that, but yeah, again, an awesome find. You know, I'd probably pay 50 cents a piece for this when you do the math. All these books are going for like $30 to $50 at least on eBay, so I just can't believe it. Now we have Iron Man number 2. Again, oh, he even left the price tag on here. $29.95 is what this guy. Why would he sell this whole? All right, you know what? That's it. I can't even go on. I gotta admit now. Gotta admit to you all. Here, come back over here for a minute. I gotta come clean. This was not from a yard sale, as you all can tell. The reason I did this is I get a little bit tired of watching YouTube video after YouTube video where people present books like this and tell me they got it at a yard sale for like $5 or $10. Guess what? They're lying. Anyway, I did that to make a point. These are all my favorite comic books in my collection that I'm actually considering joining CGC and having these all graded. So back to the books. Back to the books, please. After you guys watch this video, if you could post for me which of this bunch, like maybe the top 3 that you think I could have, that I should have graded, I would really appreciate that. And then I'll send them off to CGC. So anyway, this is Iron Man number 2, $30. I still didn't think that was a bad deal. I got it at my local comic shop about a year ago. It's in really good condition, probably I would say like a very fine plus. And yeah, it's just an awesome old cover. So that's in consideration. Next in the running is a newer book, 7 to Eternity by Image. This is really hot on eBay. I actually picked it up for about $60. Price keeps rising. So I could see them eventually easily coming out with the series on this as well. So that's in the running. Next one, Alias number 1, first appearance of Jessica Jones, which I mentioned her show earlier. Again, I picked this, had to get this on eBay. I think I paid about $20 for it at the time, but now it just keeps going up and up. So this one is probably in near mint condition. I was really happy to get this, so I could easily see this being one of the first ones I've graded. Next one is my oldest, and well, I shouldn't say my oldest, but out of the ones in decent condition in my Spider-Man collection, this is the best one I have. It's number 34, featuring Kraven the Hunter. It's not Kraven's first appearance, but it is a very early appearance of him. I got this at a local comic shop. It's got this little star here, but other than that, really not too many flaws, just, you know, a little wear and tear. I'd probably say it's about a 6 or a 7. It's really not bad, but yeah, out of all my Spider-Mans, it's the one in best condition, so I'm thinking of having that graded. This is the Scott Campbell variant cover of the all-new Wolverine. You know, it's really cool cover. The character, you know, she's up and coming. So, you know, I'm a big Scott Campbell fan, so again, I'm thinking of having that professionally graded. And here we go, my favorite character, once again, Iron Fist. See that? Yeah. Yeah. And his show's coming up soon to be, oh, I just gave away the next one. But his show is coming up soon on Netflix as well. So he's going to go up in popularity. He and Luke Cage and, you know, the Defenders eventually. But yeah, Iron Fist number 1. This is about a 6 condition, but I got this at a local comic shop for about $50. And, you know, eventually I'm sure it's going to retain its value and go up even more. So this is one of my top choices for grading. Next one is Marvel Spotlight number 28. This is the first solo appearance of the Moon Knight. So this is his first solo appearance. We all know Werewolf by Night, I think it was issue 32, was Moon Knight's first appearance, but this is his first solo appearance in his own title. Speaking of first appearances, we all know what this is. It's X-Men number 266, first appearance of Gambit. So, yep, that's another one I'm thinking of. And again, this one I actually got in a box of comics. My brother collected X-Men for a long time, like 20 years almost. And so I got a complete run almost of X-Men, and it was in there. So I'm really grateful to my brother for giving me those comics. And yeah, looking to have that graded. Now, this one I picked up at a comic shop probably a couple years back, called The Laughing Ogre up in Columbus, Ohio. If any of you have been there, it's an awesome store. But the significance of this book is it's the first appearance of the Invaders. So again, Avengers number 71. And it was in really good shape. It's at least 8 or 8.5 to 9, maybe, I would say. Just all the action going on in that cover. It's really cool. So, yeah, another one I'm considering having graded. Then this one is probably the one of the ones I spent the most money on. May not be one of the ones worth the most money right now, but this is primarily due to the condition. As you can now see, the corners are like almost flawless. Each corner is awesome. It's just in fantastic shape. So, you know, with the Logan movie coming out and all the previous Wolverine movies, I think this Wolverine #1 here is going to be a solid investment. It's going to definitely shoot up. All right, here we have Marvel Spotlight #32, first appearance of the Spider-Woman. Don't need to say too much more about that. I've had this book ever since I was a kid. Didn't bag it up till I was later in my 20s, but it's got some spine wear on it. But I just like the red pops out on her costume, and overall it's a really cool book. And we got Nick Fury there on the front, and you know, with Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show and everything, and Samuel L. Jackson playing Nick Fury in the Avengers movies. All this leads to this comic just, you know, on the rise. All right, another favorite character of mine, the Valkyrie. This was her first appearance in Avengers '83. As you can see, I spent $40. I left the price tag from my comic shop on there. Spent $40 for this. It does have a couple little nicks on the spine, but again, the rest of it's in awesome mint looking condition. So I think it was a good investment. It's probably, I would say, worth about twice that, or it will be. Valkyrie, I've always been a big Defenders comic fan. She's always been one of the main heroes in the Defenders comics. With the new Thor movie coming out, I don't really like the actress. I don't like their casting choice because, you know, she looks nothing like Valkyrie. When I think of Valkyrie, I think of like this old Nordic type woman, fierce woman with the blonde hair, kind of like a female version of Thor almost. So again, this is one I'm thinking of having professionally graded. So let me know what you think of that. This is my oldest and most valuable Incredible Hulk issue, #104. Got this on eBay for, I think it was about $50. In this condition, it's worth easily that or more. It's got a little bit of wear and tear along the spine, but overall, I'd say it's about an 8.5. It's not the Rhino's first appearance. His first appearance was in Amazing Spider-Man, but it is an early Rhino appearance, and I just love the artwork on that as well. And finally, we've got Marvel Team Up. This is the annual #1 where he teams up with the X-Men. So you got Spider-Man, you got the X-Men. They're all awesome. It's a very cool cover. Not sure what else more to say on that one. This comic was one of the ones I remember from my childhood acquiring, so it has some sentimental value to me, so I was thinking of having it graded as well. And that is about it for our first episode. So, by the way, being Comic Book Hulk, you know, I have to share my favorite Treasury edition, the Incredible Hulk. This is Marvel Treasury Edition #17. You can see this is in pretty raggy shape, but again, like, you know, look at some of this artwork. It's just awesome. See, look at that. Like these old Treasury editions, are, especially in this shape, aren't worth much, but they're a good read and just fun to look at. Anyway, thanks to all of you for joining me for my very first episode. I hope you continue to tune in and Hulk smash.